All right, so with number 13, again, we are going to be dealing with a quote-unquote ticket problem. And this was an instance where the word problem doesn't actually come right out and explicitly say the word ticket. But of course, once you read the problem, you will understand that we're dealing with tickets, right? And so let's go ahead and actually do that. But before, let's go ahead and we know that with ticket and investment problems, we're not going to be using this box here. All right, now we can go ahead and read our problem. So it says there were 420 people at a play, right? And the word play generally, or a movie, or something like that, right? In order to get into a play, you need a what? You need a ticket. In order to see a movie, you need a what? A ticket. In order to see a sports game, you need a ticket. So if your problem doesn't explicitly say the word ticket, go ahead and just use some, common sense reference, inference, if you will. And so 400 people were at a play. The admission price was $3 for adults and $1 for children. The admission receipts were $920. How many adults and how many children attended? All right, well, we know that this top left box, always X. This box right below it, always Y. And then the bottom left box is going to be the total number of tickets sold. And in this case, since 400 people attended the play, we know that 420 tickets had to be sold, right? Each person needs a ticket. All right, and again, we always are given two different prices. So let's go ahead and associate X with the price that is lower. And in this case, we're dealing with tickets that are $1 and $3. So X will be $1, Y will be $3. And then for ticket problems, this bottom right-hand box is always going to be the total money that was brought in from ticket sales. And we can see the admission receipts were $920. So that'll go there. And to fill these two far right boxes in, we're just going to multiply from left to right. So X times 1 is X, Y times 3 gives us 3Y. And I'm moving a little quicker through this problem because we've done several of these now. So if this is the first word problem video that you're watching, might I suggest that you go back and start with, I think, what was it? Maybe the first word problem. I'm not sure which number it was. But in that video and the one or two after it, I go much slower and explain what it is that this box method helps us to do. And so by now, hopefully, you're getting used to using this method. And so I'm going a little faster. All right, so our box is filled in, and we know that these far left and right columns are going to be the equations that we use for the system. So we have X plus Y equals 420, and X plus 3Y equals 920. All right, well, again, this is set up really nicely for elimination. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use elimination once again. And how about we eliminate the x's, because those are set up nicely. And we have a positive x here, so let's get this to be a negative x. And so we'll multiply each term in this equation by a -1. And I'll write the result right below the second equation. So -1 times x gives us negative x. -1 times y is negative y. And then -1 times 420 is negative 420. All right, so let's see. We have x minus x. Well, that goes away. 3 minus y gives us 2y. And 920 minus 420 is 500. And so solving for y, we'll divide by 2, divide by 2. Y equals 250. All right, so now that we've solved for y, let's take this value and plug it back in to the original, one of our original equations. And the first equation, x plus y equals 420, is probably the easier of the two. So let's use that one. So x plus y equals 420. And again, we're going to plug this value in right here. So we have x plus 250 equals 420. Let's subtract 250 from each side, and we get x equals 170. All right, and again, you might be tempted just to put this into an ordered pair, x and y, but that may not necessarily be what the word problem is asking us. Yes, this is the solution to the system, but because it's a word problem, they may be asking us for a specific piece of information, not just the whole solution. So let's go back. So usually the last question or the last sentence is going to be what they're looking for, and it is indeed in this case. How many adults and how many children attended? Well, let's see. We recall that X corresponded to the $1 ticket sales, and $1 was for children. So X is children, and Y corresponded to the $3 ticket sales, and $3 was for adults. So if X is children and Y is adults, we can say that 170 children and 250 adults attended. And so instead of giving just a straight ordered pair like answer like this is really what your professor is going to be looking for. All right, so explicitly tell them what each of the numbers corresponds to. 170 corresponds to the children, and 250 corresponds to the number of adults who attended the play.